So the way that I'm going to build my deck is I'm going to select my strongest epic card, and I'm going to build around it. I'm going to work backwards, starting with the Guardians. So I looked through all 10 of my epic cards in the Guardian set, and I haven't made a stealth deck yet. So we're going to go with the Ghost of Kurase. Very, very strong stealth card. And so that's what my theme is going to be. I'm going to go with stealth cards throughout. Of course, you don't have to. This is just for example's sake, but you don't have to go with all stealth. But there are some synergies with having all of your cards as stealth, and all of your cards with all the other types of benefits and variety of class. So to build off the Ghost of Kurase, I'm going to look through these rare cards next. I'm going to try to find 3 stealth cards to build this deck. So I managed to find my 3 cards. I went with Smok, the Beanwater Brewer, Zamut, Mirage Master, and one card that's not actually a stealth card, but Sweet Temptress I think fits the kind of vibe. So again, I'm going to do the same thing for the uncommons. I'm just looking through just to find some stealth cards. I can have up to 5 of these cards in my deck. So I've gone with 4 cards instead of my 5, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to look through these cards, and I'm going to give myself a second Baolan Sentinel. Because these cards are not unique, I can have doubles of them, but those are the 5 that I've selected. I've now got 9. I only need 1 more Guardian to complete the minimum requirement. Of course, we do suggest more than just 10 Guardians in a deck to be viable, but it's however you want to build it. So one last time, I'm going to go through all of the common Guardian cards and have a look through to see if I can find some stealth cards. Alright, I've selected my 6 common cards. I needed some lower cost cards, to be honest, so I didn't go with all stealth, but those are going to go into my deck as well. I now have 15 cards, leaving me with 10 other options. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight for this legendary. If you have a look at this card, Door to Darkness, this makes use of cards that are sneak. If you have a look at this card here, the Lurker has this little emblem in the bottom right. That indicates that when this card is placed on the field, it enters stealth. That means that this card's class is a sneak card. Similarly, if you have a look at this legendary card, Frost King, he has a little running icon. That means he's a rush card. He doesn't get exhausted when you place him down. Again, all these nuances will be explained when we play the actual game, but this is important because those little banners reflect the class of the cards. Some cards don't have a class, so it is important to distinct between all 3 classes. You've got Tank, with this little shield icon, Rush, and Sneak. So as a result, I'm going to take this Door to Darkness because it only requires me to play 3 Sneak cards, and I've got a deck full of them. I'm also going to take World Record Pace just because it gives us shield. It also gives something really, really valuable called Fury. Fury means that I can do a basic attack twice in one turn, and a shield protects me from any incoming damage. It is, of course, destroyed after taking that damage. Now, I'll have a look for other effect cards in a minute, but because I have so many stealth cards, I'm thinking maybe let's get a field card. So I'm not going to go overboard with the field cards, I'm only adding 1 to my deck. It's a Fog of War, which reactivates stealth. Very, very useful for a stealth deck. One thing to note is when you do an attack or a basic movement or some sort of action as a Guardian in stealth, it breaks stealth. So Fog of War basically puts me back in stealth. So I've gone ahead and made some piles, 1 pile for the effects and 1 pile for the equipment. These are the cards that I want in my deck, but if I went with all of them, I would be overcapped by 4 cards. I've selected 29 total. So I've got to go through each one and see what's more beneficial for me to keep and what I should cut from my deck. We'll have a look at effects first because I've got so many cards in this pile. I chose SP token because it's just very beneficial. It gives me a summon point. I chose Oil Up for the fact that it applies stealth, and some cards have a reapplication of stealth as an ability or passive. I'm gonna remove it just based on that in my deck. I don't really need this, but it would be good just to use a stealth card, for example, and reapply stealth straight away. For now, though, I'm going to discard this one. Very similar to the SP token, and this is a very powerful card. First, summon up to a 3 summon point Guardian from my hand. I have a lot of 3 summon point Guardians, so I think maybe even doubles of first would be beneficial, and in fact, I might just get rid of SP token and just go with 2 firsts. I had Bag of Gifts, just so I can get some card draw. which I will keep because I feel like card draw can be very important. I'm going to remove Read the Manual, as although 2 DC points is very, very strong, I don't really think I need it. And I'm going to keep Personal Best Pace out of these two, because as much as I like the heal factor from Little Donation, the Fury, this stealth card deck feels like it's very much, I'm trying to do damage as fast as possible. So I think Fury would be more beneficial for me. So we've cut that 7 down to 4. I have 4 cards in this pile, but I can only keep 3. And of the 4 cards, I think I'm going to remove Cursed Chris. It's a really, really fun card. It inflicts poison on a high roll. But I feel like these 3 are the most beneficial to me. And they even kind of have a stealthy theme to it. So that's the deck in full. We've got 25 cards. I'll lay it out for you and we'll review the deck. So this is the deck in full. You can see, starting from the bottom, we've only got 1 field card, Fog of War. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 effect cards, including 2 commons, 1 rare, 1 epic, and my only legendary in the entire deck. I went with only 3 equipment, which is, in my opinion, quite low. It could be worth considering removing some of the Guardians because we have an excess of Guardians to maybe increase the type of equipment we have. And in fact, I think I am going to do that by removing Follower Andy. As good of a card as this can be, it's 4 cost. I feel like I don't have enough low-cost cards. And so what would be very powerful here is giving myself another first card. So I can basically summon pretty much any card that you can see here for free, provided it's in my hand. And the only 2 that are exclusions from that are my epic card, Ghost of Kurosei, and Sweet Temptress. So again, we went with 3 equipment cards and a total of 14 Guardians. I just double checked then, the rarity limits are correct, so this is not an illegal deck, but that's basically it. We're going to use this deck in a minute now to actually play a game against someone, and we'll see how it fares. But that's it for this portion of the video. Stick around for the actual game and the next video where we actually get into the match tutorial. I'll go through slowly and show you how the game is played. If you've got Tabletop Simulator, make sure that you download Guardian Realms and you can test out the game yourself. Play it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.